Hey everyone, this is Ava, and today with me I have Nora B, the founder of Wildscape Muse. Welcome, Nora.
Hi, Eva. It's nice to be here.
Super excited to speak with you today and to hear more about your background and, of course, about your amazing project here and app Wildscape Muse, currently in beta. So, yeah, could you tell us about your background and what led you to focus on native garden planning and become the founder of the Wildscape Muse?
Well, I'm originally from East Berlin, Germany, and I came to the beautiful Pacific Northwest 18 years ago, and I just fell in love and I never left. I absolutely love the nature, the outdoors. I go hiking a lot and all that good stuff. And so I've always had a deep connection with the nature here. And I put myself through veterinary technology school. I worked as a veterinary technician for 11 years, moved into management and all that good stuff. But I kind of hit a wall there after all those years, and I decided to go a different route and pivot into a career change. I was on a road trip with my dog trying to figure out what to do next, kind of, taking the van down the coast to California. It was a lot of fun. And I stumbled over an ad for AWS Cloud Institute. It was very perfect timing, so to speak. I really, it vibed with me because I always wanted to do something in coding or computer, but I thought I needed a degree in computer science. And, I'm a little bit older. Can I even do this now? So it was super cool to see that there was an option for me to maybe get into the field and just get a basic knowledge. And so, yeah, I signed up for ACI, and the program was amazing. And after I graduated, actually earlier this year, January 2025.
Congratulations for that as well.
Thank you. It was a lot, but it was really, really helpful. And I really learned so much, especially the hands-on. And so I decided to just build something to put my new skills to the test. And Wildscape Muse was born out of the idea of building something and also the need to create something that I felt was good for everyone in the community and kind of fulfilled my need to give something back and be part of nature.
What a wonderful story. Thank you for sharing with us. So, how did the ACI AWS Cloud Institute program help you develop your skills for implementing your native garden planning app? And maybe also tell us why native garden planning. I love the idea, but why that of all things?
So AWS Cloud Institute has done just an amazing job for me in preparing me for like the full stack, like full experience, like standing up the environment that I'll be using to host Wildscape Muse that is already up right now, and everything that I need basically from start to finish. And I was absolutely new to tech. I didn't know what an EC2 instance was. I didn't know what a virtual machine was. I didn't know anything. So this was all brand new. I had to start from scratch, and I learned it all from ACI and Python and all that fun stuff. And I will, say it was definitely drinking from a fire hose. It was very intense, but I loved all the hands-on experience, all the labs that we were working in the console every day. There was a ton of stuff that I just learned by doing, and that is how I learn best. So to me, that was the biggest. And so I figured after the program, after I had finished the program in the job market, we all know tech is pretty tough right now, especially for someone who's brand new and in my age group. So I decided I'm not going to sit here and wait for something to happen. I'm not going to waste my time sending out a ton of resumes. I'm going to build something. I'm going to show what I can do. And so I was already looking at doing something in my own yard, actually. And I wanted to create a garden that was sustainable and also get rid of all this grass. We bought this house and it came with a lot of grass. And I just watched my neighbors to all year long battle with their lawns and doing all this upkeep and lots of water and fertilizer and all these things. And I just don't think it has to be like that. So I was looking for a tool that would allow me to build the garden of my dreams that is sustainable, that is easy to maintain, that anybody can build, and where you don't need a lot of actual gardening experience, because I'm not that experienced with gardening. And I couldn't find anything. I found a ton of static websites, a ton of library-like setups where I would have to dig through a ton of material and then figure it out for my area, and then figure out where I'm going to get the plants, how am I going to put them in, will they even work in my yard? And so I was like, okay, I'm just going to build this. And I think my own being so new to tech, I was a little naive on what the level of complications there are, like how complicated this really is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the complexity is just much more than I had expected, obviously, but I'm learning a ton, and I couldn't have done it without all the ground knowledge that I learned from ACI, from the back end to, Django is my back end, React is my front end, it runs on Amplify. I use all AWS resources. I got an auto-scaling group, load balancer now. Everything is AWS, and I feel really good about it because I can scale overnight if I have to.
This is amazing, and I know you're now in beta, so if people want to, they can sign up for your app, which I have done, by the way, and I have shared with some people I know, and everybody loves the idea. So maybe encourage you folks, if you're interested, sign up for the beta and help test it out, and also check out the great functionality here. And I just wanted to add, it's hard to believe that you started with zero, and maybe it's a testament to AWS Cloud Institute in a way, and you, of course, as well, that you have all this here. So you already told us a little bit about the tech stack, which is very interesting to hear about. How about AI? Are you using AI in any way in your web app?
That is a future feature, definitely, yes. Right now, it kind of blows everything out of, it's a little much. I cannot, get there yet. I want to get the basics right and get the structure in perfect so that I can get, actually support AI. But yes, the long-term goal is to include AI features. I want to include like a chatbot. I want to include AI curated libraries, so to speak, so that the whole idea is that this is an interactive app, that it is not something where you have to go in and then find the information and then curate it for yourself, but that the AI tools will help you create your garden design, will help you create the perfect garden that is sustainable, that doesn't need that much water or maintenance or anything for your area. That is the goal, and I think AI will play a big role in that.
It sounds like a great user scenario for AI, so I'll be looking forward to see, how that develops. Mm-hmm. And also, your website looks fantastic. It looks very user-friendly, and it's easy to use, like you've tried it. So are you looking to connect native plant experts or any other organizations with your business idea, maybe to just shift gears a little into the business area here?
Yes, absolutely. I am looking for all the contacts. To me, this is really important, that this is a community effort. I want this to be a community-built site. All the basic features will always be free. Like, I am trying my best to keep it at a level where I can share all these resources without having to charge people for a monthly subscription or anything like that. So my goal is to find people who want to collaborate in my efforts to spread the green revolution, so to speak, and plant more native and more sustainable and support local wildlife. And so, yes, I'm looking to get, plant experts, if whether they're professionals or not, anything who wants to contribute, I would love to hear from them.
Excellent. And Nora, I know that there is a sign up for your to actually look inside the app. Would you like to give us a little tour, or is this better left for when people sign up for the beta? But if you'd like to show us a couple of things, please do.
Yeah, I would love to. And yeah, this is definitely the beta. I do have an actual a design team that worked really hard, but I haven't been able to implement all these features yet because it's just me. And so here is the page as it is right now, and you can obviously look at all the different features that we have: native plant database, garden planning, expert guidance, local nurseries. I hope to include a bunch of nurseries here soon that we can then link with our marketplace so that people can find local nurseries that actually carry their plants. And this brings us here to the native plant database. Right now, that's based on the USDA plant database. And so we can filter and search. We can filter by region. We can filter by moisture, sun exposure. And then we have like an eco score and a maintenance score, water score for each plant for each region. Then we have, what else do we have? I'm just going to keep going. Then we have gardens. I've created some test gardens here so that people can actually create their own gardens. This was the whole start of this, so that people can say like, okay, what do I have? I want to maybe plant this here. And you can take the plant if it wants to select and then drag and drop it over here. And then the cool thing is, if it is a non-native plant, then it will actually, if it will drop, of course, this is not working right now.
Hey, it's beta, right?
It is beta.
It still looks really cool. I mean, I get the idea, you know, I think it's a fantastic idea, and you have done so much already. Yeah.
Oh, it's too big. That's probably my problem. It's too big a plant.
Yeah, it doesn't fit
Yeah,
in
the
there.
idea is that the calculator actually here on the side. Oh, okay. Well, I can't show that then. That's too bad. Yeah, the calculator will actually calculate 30 to 70%. So 70% native and 30% non-native plants. So that's why this is kind of red there right now. That was not a good example. Maybe we can try this one.
Oh, yeah, I actually tried this one after I signed up. I love this feature. Yeah.
Yeah, so this will allow you, and I want to keep it super simple because I don't want people to have to learn yet another design tool or anything. I want to keep it just like, look, here's your plant, drag and drop it. And as you can see now, the native plant ratio actually changes. And it tells you if you're still within the 70-30%. And then if you're like, oh, I don't want that many non-native plants, then you can just delete them, or they can also be moved if you think like maybe it should go over here. So yeah, this is a feature that I really want to build out. But again, I want to keep it super simple so that anyone can use it and that it doesn't need a lot of extra training or anything. Then we also have the plant marketplace, which is going to be a key feature, especially with local nurseries. We want to partner with them. We want to get their inventory so that people can actually find like, oh, I have this plant and I want this plant, and where can I find it close by? So that's the next big plan, is to sign up local nurseries. And then if they do, they can be part of the nursery dashboard. And this is basically an inventory system for nurseries, because most nurseries won't have like a big IT team. IT is probably not their main thing that they want to work with. And so I hope to give them an opportunity to showcase their nursery and then to show off their inventory, manage their inventory through Wildscape Muse. And at the same time, I can share it with anybody who signed up and is looking for local plant inventory. So that's the goal with that. And then I do have a little join the mission statement right here. So here's our mission statement. And everything that we're about, how you can contribute, looking obviously for people to share their knowledge. Pictures of plans would be great. We're still just using stand-ins right now. And then future opportunities. I need help. I'm just one person. I would love some help. I'm very open to any suggestions right now. Full stack developers are, of course, number one right now for me. So that is pretty much Wildscape Muse in a nutshell.
You know, it looks like such a great project and implementation. And you heard Nora, folks. She's looking for help right now. So that might be a great opportunity to get in. Thank you so much for showing us. And before we wrap up, maybe do you have any parting thoughts or advice to share with other cloud technologists who are just getting started? Maybe, you know, some words to share with this kind of folks who don't have, like you, maybe don't have experience, but have these big ideas they want to implement.
I would say that the hardest part is to get started, as with everything. And fortunately, AWS, the resources are there. There are tons of like the free tier. That's what I'm using. I'm using mostly free tier. I think this month is the first month that I'm actually spending a little bit of money because I now have a full, system. But I've been running on free tier the whole time, these past 6 months, and building and building and building. And I'm using it a lot. So all my resources are basically still free. And only what goes over that limit is what I'm paying for, and it's still minimal. So I think the free tier is a big resource. Then the Educate website, all of the courses, there's so much free stuff. There's so many good courses. I did a lot of labs, whether that was within ACI or on the Educate and the Cloud Quests, for example. I learned a ton just by doing. And I think with the resources that are available online, there's so much you can do now yourself. It is incredible to me, the opportunity to be able to build something, just me and my laptop, and I don't have a server room. I don't have any of that sitting around in my backyard. I don't have someone who can manage all of those resources. I just go into the console, I build it, and I get to use it, and it's absolutely amazing that I was able to stand this up. So yeah, and I didn't know that this was going to go where it is now. I literally started with this much, and then it just kept growing. So just start.
Just start. Great advice. And Nora, do I have your URL correct here for your website if folks want to connect with you? Great. So far you have the URL here for the website. Any other places that people can find you before we wrap up, that maybe if they want to connect with you, to share?
Info@wildscapemuse.com is my email that you can reach me at. And then obviously my website. And then I also have the developer blog, which now moved to norabrandon.com. There's also a contact form. There is plenty of, I have email address and everything is on the website. So you should be able to find me. And I'm on LinkedIn, and I'm always happy to connect with people.
Yeah, excellent. Well, this was amazing. Thank you for taking the time just after the beta. I'm sure it was a lot of work. Thanks everyone for watching, and I hope that you all can connect and maybe even contribute to a more sustainable, biodiverse landscape thanks to Nora's amazing app. Thank you, Nora.
Thank you so much for having me.
Bye for now. Till next time.
Bye.